Hi, I'm Noval Smith, and for today's topic we're going to be looking at diatonic movements and chromatic movements and the difference between the two. So it sounds complicated, but I will make it as easy as I can. So first of all, we look at the diatonic movements. So to understand that, first of all, we'll work out what the diatonic scale is, and that basically is a major scale in any particular key. So it will consist of 2 whole tone steps, then a semitone, then 3 whole tone steps, and then a semitone. Exactly like your normal major scale. So whatever key you're in, the diatonic scale will be the major scale in that particular key. Now, to do the movement with chords, I basically have to use notes that only occur within your diatonic scales. So here's an example of this. So you can see all the notes occur in the major scale, and so this is a diatonic movement. I'll do something a little bit more gospel, because that's what I know and that's the stuff I do. This might be familiar to some people, this movement. Okay, again, a diatonic movement because all the notes exist in the major scale. You can see why I've picked C major now, because it's all the white notes and you can see clearly. If I want to now do a chromatic movement, then the notes can be outside of the normal major scale. So here's an example of this. So now I'm using notes outside of the major scale. Straight away there's a B flat with my left hand, then I introduce a flat here with E flat, and with that you can be as creative as you like, but it's a chromatic movement because it's stepping outside of the major scale. I will now look at a more jazzy chord progression using the chromatic scale, and this will highlight how you can use this and be quite effective. Now, I'll split the chord into 2 to make it easier to explain it. I'm going to use here a G sharp second inversion. With my left hand I'll use F sharp and E. So that's the chord that I'm playing. I'm going to move that down now chromatically. I'll do that once more. So you can see from that I've now moved chromatically, and I'm using notes that are accidental, sharps and flats, not necessarily sticking to any specific major scale. And using the option of broken chords at the top, it just adds a bit more spice to it as well. And that, in a nutshell, is the difference between using a diatonic scale and a chromatic scale.